They call me Squirrel.
What's going on, Squirrel Squad? It's your boy, the Squirrel, and today it's time for some heart racing. Heavy, fast, shallow, breathing, butt clenching excitement. That's right, we're watching another Fred Dibnah video, and this is Fred Dibnah, how to repair church steeple weathercock. I think it's supposed to mean clock. And over here, we seem to be missing an L right here. I'll fix that in my title. But it's a new one that I have not seen from Fred Dibnah, and I always enjoy listening to Fred mumble and ramble as he's working, and just to watch him scare the hell out of me, and just to think about how he's just sitting up there free falling with no straps and no safety equipment at any given time. And we all know it never happened, but boy, it could have. And yeah, so let's see, how do you repair a church steeple weathercock? We're about to find out, I suppose. So it's your first time here, we're watching a Fred Dibnah video. We do a lot of comedy, a lot of things about UK history. It happens to be what I found out after being told I was Italian my whole life, that I'm actually 56% British, and I got a bunch of Welsh and Scottish in me, and a bunch of other stuff. It's kind of cool. So we're looking at a local legend from England. This is Fred Dibnah. Let's check it out. There we go.
Next day, Fred went to fit a weathercock on a church up in the hills.
It actually is weathercock. The guy just said it. So it's got to be the weather vane, the bird. I never heard it called a weathercock. That's got to be what it is. I thought it was a clock. Why would it be a weather clock? It makes sense now. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Mending church spires, is nice and peaceful. Sort of, there's nobody mithering you, and there's no big wagons racing round bottom at church spire, and things a lot quieter and nicer, and you forget all about the bloody world outside, where everything's racing about like lunatics.
He's not wrong.
Some of these church spires, they very hard to get up, like there's all sorts of gargoyles sticking out of them, and you can soon knock some off, you see. We don't want to do it like that, like the vicar wouldn't be pleased.
I know very well that he doesn't fall. Fred has since passed away. He never fell. Yet I'm still watching this going, oh my God, what if he falls? I just can't get it out of my head. It's the heights thing. I can't. Oh.
In the very olden days, like these fellas who wanted to do something for the glory of God, like stuck up a bloody great church spire. Majority of them round where we live, 1870 odd and 1880s and round about that Victorian era. Most of them were erected by colliery owners and mill owners, and I think they built them to pave the way into heaven. They weren't all bad men, but they lived on other people's misery, didn't they? Everybody working hard, digging bloody coal in a slit underground 2 foot thick, and sort of they lived in, in beautiful mansions, the few that made everybody else suffer.
Wraps the leg around the ladder, that's all it takes, Oh. Yeah, we're up pretty high.
You like it?
It's very nice.
It's
very good.
There you go.
How long did it take you to make?
Oh, about 3 days, a lot of sawing round here, you see, and drilling holes, like.
Yeah.
And then we couldn't get any gold leaf, you see. So Mr. Jordan got us some, which, helped the job out.
Well, where did you get it from?
Off some painter fella who got some, hanging in store, like. Right, Donald, let it go.
It must be a pretty precious commodity these days, mustn't it?
£12 a boot now.
Is it really?
There's, I mean, you can see it's only paper. Well, it's less than paper thick.
Yeah.
And it's not very good quality neither compared with what they used to have in the olden days. But it'll still last.
It'll be all right.
It'll last for 20 years.
Will it?
It'll still be twinkling about.
It'll be our time.
So he doesn't just fix the cock. He actually made the cock. And then he covered it in gold. I mean, that's the golden cock. Just saying.
Right, well, I'll go
All
up
right.
there now, and we'll see whether it spins round right or
All
not.
right. do a bit of repair job on those louvers whilst you're at it.
Yeah, well, they're all rotten, them top uns.
Tuppence. Ugh.
Sometimes when you're
Back up the ladder.
halfway up side of the tower, where you're climbing up the ladder, bang, bang, bang sort of thing, and bloody great pigeon will come zooming out and nearly knock you off sort of style. Whatever I'm
diving
climbing
pigeons.
up at, I treat it with the greatest of respect because I know the damn thing will kill me if I don't. I'm going to fall off and rattle down side of a big church spire and break a few at fancy bits off on my way, more than likely. And, I'll be no more. It's like half a day out with the undertaker.
Breaking some fancy bits off the church or yourself, Fred? Oh my goodness.
No, nothing at all. Get to rely on it too much.
That's the part. Oh my god.
I believe in God.
But I mean, he's going up. He's got to climb over shit at the top. It's right at the top of the ladder. He's got that little wall with like the peak on it. He's like grabs on, grabs all the wall, grabs all the rope. There's not enough up there for me to grab a hold of. There's not enough things to block me from falling into the ground. Not enough. Even if you put a bunch of shit up there, probably still wouldn't be enough.
Sometimes I have a feeling that he might know me as, that's him who climbs up these, my church spires. Sort of some days he don't like me, I know, when it rains. You drive 20 miles to a big chimney and just get there and get up the top and the heavens open and you might as well have stopped at home in bed. Whereas, on the other hand, he don't let me fall off and things of that nature. Or drop anything and kill anybody.
There's those louvers the guy wanted fixed. Nowhere near the ladder where you can reach them. Ugh.
My wife, Alison, says to me, you'll never fall off, there's somebody watching you somewhere. She says, I'm better off up there than I am on floor, as you might say. Because quite often I trip over things on floor.
That's a characteristic I didn't know about Fred. He trips a lot on the ground, down on the floor. I trip on a lot of things.
Hey, send it up. This particular weathercock, I made in the backyard at home, sort of style. I once made a Gabriel blowing his horn, but we made the horn part too narrow and the bloody thing fell off in a storm. So now it's a bit unbalanced and when it's blowing hard, it spins round like a windmill. Wonder a lot about what happens to you after you're dead, But I don't know. There's lots of people with more brains than me who, think that there is this wonderful place somewhere. My sort of ideal of heaven would be somewhere where nobody did any fighting, nobody were hungry, and there were plenty for everybody. My little bit of it would be just to be left alone with a big pile of rusty steam engines and enough iron plate for mend them, like, sort of thing. It would be quite wonderful, that, because you wouldn't have to worry about where your next dinner were going to come from, and you could just get on with, mending these ancient relics forever.
Seems to work. All right, so that was how to repair church steeple weathercock. And apparently, I mean, like I said, Fred did it. He made it himself for this guy. It took him 3 days, he said. Luckily, there were just a lot of quick climbing shots and stuff. When he's hanging on the ladder at the top and he's like pulling the weathercock up there, it's like, oh God, he's like just had his leg wrapped around the ladder. These are the things that make me pucker with Fred. Always good to listen to Fred talk about his work, talk about how he gets things done, whatever. And it's the usual. God bless Fred. Man. We didn't have a Fred that I know of around here. I mean, we had a guy fixing old houses and stuff, but he was nothing more than an average carpenter, in my opinion. He wasn't really nothing great. We definitely didn't have a Fred on TV. We had Evil Knievel, but he wasn't really. He was more dumb than he was talented, I think. I remember when I was a kid, it seemed like every time you turned around, Evil Knievel was in the hospital again. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Well, that's all I got for today. I hope you enjoyed this new Fred Dibnah piece, and I will catch up with you soon. Got some new stuff coming down the pike, so make sure you stay tuned and make sure you subscribe so you see all the new videos that come out, and we'll be there with you. I'll catch you soon. Be good. Squirrel out.
Cheese and crackers, crackers and cheese. Cheese and crackers, crackers and cheese. Cheese and crackers, crackers and cheese. Cheese and crackers, crackers and cheese.